11 minutes. That is how long Elijah Carter had before his life exploded. 11 minutes before a stranger would humiliate him in public. 11 minutes before phones started recording. 11 minutes before the world would watch a decorated Marine veteran choose peace when violence would have been justified. But right now, at 11:06 on this Saturday morning, Eli just wanted coffee. He pushed through the glass door of Maple Junction Diner, a 45-year-old black Marine who'd survived Afghanistan, Helmand Province, and 3 tours that left scars civilians couldn't see. Shoulders square, steps measured, eyes that registered every detail without announcing it. Let us know the country or city you're watching from in the comments. If you believe this story needs to be shared, pass it on to someone who needs to see it. And subscribe to Golden Stories for more daily stories of karma and justice served. The diner smelled like bacon grease and weekend conversations. Normal. Safe. Ordinary. Eli needed something ordinary today, because the nightmares had come back last night, the IED, Jenkins not making it out, screaming that never stopped even after he woke up at 3 a.m. "Morning, Sergeant Carter." Jenna smiled, pouring his coffee without asking. "Your usual?" "You know me too well." Across the room, Mr. Collins, Korean War veteran, lifted his mug in silent salute. Eli nodded back. Everything felt fine, but something was off. That whisper of instinct that had kept him alive in combat zones. The way conversations felt too careful. The way the air held its breath. His fingers drummed once against the table, then forced still. Discipline. Control. He scanned exits, counted civilians, assessed threats, nothing visible, but the feeling wouldn't quit. Then he saw her through the window. That blonde woman climbing out of her silver BMW, designer sunglasses, yoga pants, phone pressed to her ear like a weapon, moving like a storm with a personal grudge. She slammed her car door hard enough to rattle the frame. Eli's instincts flared. Danger. He took another sip of coffee, completely unaware he'd just become her target. Because Claire Whitman was about to walk through that door, see him sitting in her booth, and make a decision that would destroy her entire life. The countdown had started, 10 minutes earlier, across town. Claire Whitman wasn't born cruel. She was built that way, piece by piece, disappointment by disappointment. Her grandfather had owned half of Rosewood Hills. Her father had been mayor. The Whitman name used to open doors, command respect. Used to. Now, she was just another angry woman screaming at service workers because the world had moved on without asking permission. She hated that her husband's business was failing, that her daughter barely called, that the HOA meetings, her last source of power, were being challenged by new people. Most of all, she hated the creeping, suffocating fear that she was becoming irrelevant. So she controlled what she could, and this morning she'd just gotten a $50 parking ticket for being 3 minutes over. Someone was going to pay for ruining her day. Back to the diner, 11:09 a.m. The door flew open. Claire Whitman entered like a Category 5 hurricane, blonde bob sharp as a blade, sunglasses staying on indoors, voice already raised. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. $50 for 3 minutes? That officer was rude, the system is rigged, and someone is going to pay. The diner went quiet. Not silent, just muted. The way rooms do when predators enter. Everyone knew Claire. Everyone knew what came next. Eli took another sip of coffee, calm as still water. Claire scanned the room like a general surveying a battlefield, looking for weakness, looking for someone to absorb her rage. Then her eyes landed on booth 5. On the black man sitting alone, in her favorite spot, looking far too comfortable, far too at peace. Something dark flickered across her face, resentment mixed with prejudice that hid behind politeness until it didn't need to anymore. Eli felt her stare but didn't react. He'd survived snipers. He could survive a Karen. But Master Sergeant Elijah Carter had no idea that in exactly 2 minutes, this woman would commit the worst mistake of her life. "Excuse me." Claire's voice cut through the diner. "How long does it take to make a milkshake?" Jenna forced a smile. "Just another minute, ma'am." I've been waiting 5 minutes. It's been 2, ma'am. Are you calling me a liar? Is this how you treat paying customers? Do you have any idea who I am? Jenna's hands trembled. I'll check on it right now. Don't apologize. Just do your job. Claire turned, scanning the diner with predatory focus. Booth 5, window seat. The best seat, her spot, and a black man was sitting there, comfortable, like he belonged. Something hot and ugly twisted in Claire's chest. It wasn't just that he was there, it was how he was there, calm, unbothered, at peace. Like he didn't need permission from people like her, the audacity. Here's your milkshake, ma'am. Claire grabbed it without looking. This whipped cream is uneven. I can remake it. Forget it. She pulled out her phone. Your manager will hear about this. 1 star, and I'll mention that you let certain people take the good seats while paying customers get treated like garbage. Ma'am, that's enough. Mr. Collins stood up. You're making a scene. I'm making a scene? When that man, she jabbed a finger toward Eli, is sitting in the seat I wanted. Ma'am. Jenna's voice shook. Sergeant Carter is a regular. He's always welcome. Sergeant? Claire's laugh was acid. Oh, is that what we're doing? Giving people fake titles so they feel important? The diner went silent. Every fork stopped. Every conversation died. Claire had said the quiet part out loud. Eli finally looked up. His eyes met Claire's, calm, steady, carrying the weight of 1,000 decisions made under fire. He didn't speak. His gaze said everything. I've faced worse than you. But Claire saw a challenge. Someone who wouldn't submit. Power she couldn't control, and it terrified her. You think you can just ignore me? You think you're special? You think you deserve that seat more than I do? Eli's jaw tightened. Ma'am, I'm just having breakfast. Don't ma'am me. I know your type. Coming in here, acting like you own the place, taking up space that should go to people who actually belong. Claire, stop. Jenna stepped forward. No. Claire's hand tightened around her milkshake. I'm done being polite. Something snapped. 20 years of watching her kingdom crumble. 20 years of needing someone to pay. Claire grabbed her milkshake, started walking toward booth 5. Heels striking tile like a countdown. Tick, tick, tick. The diner held its breath. In booth 7, a college kid looked up, saw Claire's face, saw the milkshake, saw Eli sitting there, unaware. Instinct kicked in. He lifted his phone, hit record. Claire stopped at Eli's table, looked down at him, and smiled. Maybe this will teach you some respect. Time fractured. Claire tilted the cup. Pink liquid arced through the air, strawberry milkshake, whipped cream spiraling, cherry tumbling end over end. It hit Elijah Carter's head with a wet, sickening splat. The diner gasped. Jenna dropped her tray. Plates shattered. Mr. Collins stood frozen, mouth open. The college kid's phone kept recording, and Eli didn't move. Milkshake dripped from his chin, from his ears. Pink rivers running down a face that had been hit by shrapnel, fists, impossible decisions. His hands remained flat on the table. Didn't clench, didn't shake, didn't betray the storm screaming inside. Because Master Sergeant Elijah Carter had learned something in 23 years. Violence is easy. Restraint is strength. Any man can throw a punch. It takes a warrior to choose peace when war would be justified. He'd seen Marines break under less, seen what happens when discipline fails. So he sat there, covered in humiliation, and chose peace. Claire stood over him, empty cup in hand, smile spreading like poison. Maybe now you'll learn some respect. The diner erupted. What is wrong with you? Jenna screamed. He wasn't doing anything. He was being disrespectful. Disrespectful? He ordered coffee. What part is disrespectful? Mr. Collins reached them, trembling with fury. Do you have any idea what you just did? I taught someone a lesson. You just assaulted a decorated war hero. His voice went military cold. That's Master Sergeant Elijah Carter, United States Marine Corps, Navy Cross recipient. Saved 12 civilians under fire in Afghanistan. Got shot twice in Helmand Province holding a position so medics could evacuate wounded Marines. Claire's smile faltered. A what? You dumped a milkshake on him for sitting in a booth. For existing while black in a space you decided he didn't belong. The diner exploded. That's the Marine from the news? Navy Cross. That's the second highest military decoration. She has no idea what she just did. Someone call the police. Claire went pale. He didn't say. Why would he? Mr. Collins snapped. Real heroes don't announce it. That man has shrapnel in his leg, PTSD that wakes him screaming, and you humiliated him because he was in a seat you wanted. Jenna knelt beside Eli with napkins. Sir, I'm so sorry. It's not your fault, Jenna. Eli's voice was quiet, devastated. It never is. He finally moved, slowly, picked up a napkin, wiped his face, methodical, precise. The college kid stared at his phone. Holy shit, this is already at 500 views. He'd posted it immediately. Karen assaults Black Marine veteran at diner. The internet was watching, and the internet never forgets. Eli stood up, not aggressively, but with a presence that filled the room. 6'2" of discipline and dignity, no milkshake could wash away. Claire stepped back. You wanted me to move, Eli said quietly. I'm moving. I didn't mean. Yes, you did. His eyes held hers. You saw a black man in a seat you wanted. You decided I didn't belong. You decided I didn't deserve respect. You decided I was less than you. That's not. You don't even know my name. You didn't ask. Didn't care. You just saw someone you could hurt without consequence. Silence. I'm leaving. Not because you won, but because I'm choosing peace over what I could do. That's the difference between us. He placed 2 20s on the table and walked toward the door. Wait! The college kid jumped up. Sir, are you Master Sergeant Elijah Carter? Eli stopped, didn't turn around. I saw you speak at Lincoln High 3 years ago, about leadership, about serving something bigger than yourself. You changed my life, so I joined ROTC because of you. Eli's shoulders sagged, just slightly. And she just did that to you? It's done, Eli said quietly. No, sir, it's not. The kid held up his phone. 3,000 views, and climbing. 3,000 became 5,000. 5,000 became 10. The college kid refreshed his phone, watching numbers explode. 15,000, it's on Twitter. Someone tagged the local news. Claire's face drained. The news? You're trending, ma'am. Number 2 in the state. The diner erupted. She assaulted a decorated Marine? 12 lives he saved. And she did this for sitting there? Mr. Collins addressed the room. Listen up. Master Sergeant Carter didn't retaliate. He chose peace. That's not weakness. That's discipline most of us will never understand. He pointed at Claire. You targeted him because of his skin color. Publicly. Violently. With complete disregard for his humanity. I was just angry about the parking ticket. So you took it out on a black veteran sitting quietly? That's racism, Claire. The kind you've been getting away with for years. I have black friends. Name one. Silence. Claire's mouth opened, closed. Nothing came out. A woman in scrubs stood. I've watched you for 20 years, Claire. Watched you call cops on black teenagers. Try to ban families from the pool. Weaponize your whiteness every chance you got. You reported my housekeeper to ICE. You called my son threatening for walking his dog. The dam broke. Years of Claire's behavior poured out. The door opened. 2 police officers walked in. Claire's face lit with desperate hope. Officers. Thank God. Ma'am. Officer Martinez raised a hand. We've already seen the video. 23,000 people have. We know exactly what happened. The video doesn't show. It shows everything. You approaching an uninvolved customer, verbally harassing him, committing assault with racially charged statements multiple witnesses corroborated. Martinez approached Eli. Sir, are you all right? I'm fine, officer. Can you tell us what happened? Eli's voice remained factual. I was having breakfast. The woman approached unprovoked, made statements about my presence being unwelcome based on race, then poured her drink on me. Multiple witnesses confirmed that, sir. Martinez studied him carefully. Recognition clicked. Sir, are you Master Sergeant Elijah Carter, USMC? Eli's jaw tightened. I am. I did 2 tours. Army. Martinez's voice softened with reverence. I know who you are, what you did in Afghanistan. Helmand, the men you saved. He turned to Claire, fury beneath his professional mask. You just assaulted a Navy Cross recipient. Do you understand what that means? Claire shook her head, tears starting. Second highest military decoration, right below the Medal of Honor, given for extraordinary heroism in combat. Master Sergeant Carter exposed himself to enemy fire rescuing wounded Marines and civilians, took shrapnel, got shot, kept fighting, saved 12 lives. The diner erupted again. 12 lives. She did this to him? Officer Holbrook pulled out his notepad. Ma'am, why did you target this individual? I didn't target him. You walked across the diner to his table, unprovoked. Why? Claire's voice came out barely above a whisper. He was in the seat I wanted. Devastating silence. He was in the seat you wanted, Holbrook repeated slowly. So you assaulted him because he was sitting in a booth that you wanted. Martinez looked at Eli. Sir, do you want to press charges? Eli was quiet. Finally, I don't want to press criminal charges. Claire nearly buckled. But I want this on record. A police report filed, her name attached, because the next person she targets might not have witnesses, might not have video. He looked at Claire. I'm not pressing charges because I don't want revenge, but I want accountability. This report follows you. This video is public. Everyone now knows exactly who you are. Martinez nodded. Understood. Ma'am, you're being issued citations for assault and disorderly conduct. Flagged for potential hate crime investigation. I have to go to court? Yes, you assaulted someone. On camera, in front of witnesses. The college kid checked his phone. 50,000 views. News vans are coming. The door opened. A woman with a press badge rushed in, equipment rolling. Is Master Sergeant Carter here? More phones, more cameras, more witnesses to Claire's destruction. She stood at the center, watching her life collapse in real time. By noon, 1 million views. By 1 p.m., Claire Whitman had lost her job. By 2 p.m., she was the most hated woman in America. Marcus, the college kid, sat in his car watching notifications explode. TikTok, 2.3 million views, 47,000 shares. This man served our country, and this is how we treat him? She didn't ask his name, just saw a black man and attacked. The restraint he showed. I would have lost it. Instagram, 890K views, every military account, veteran group, civil rights organization sharing it. Twitter, #Tata Karen attacks, veteran. Trending nationally. Headlines, Watch, racist woman assaults decorated Marine veteran. Navy Cross recipient humiliated in shocking viral video. Veterans responded with fury. I served with men like him. They carry weights civilians can't comprehend. And she did this? Over a seat? Black Americans shared stories. This is what we deal with constantly. Being targeted for existing, for daring to be comfortable in public. Even those who'd never experienced racism woke up. She targeted him specifically because of race. That's violence. The internet had become a jury. The verdict was unanimous. Inside the diner, Claire sat alone, not booth 5, never booth 5, staring at her phone. Her Facebook was a war zone. Friends unfriending in real time, 8:47, 8:31, 8:09, racist trash. Hope you lose everything. Famous forever for being a monster. She'd posted an apology. I sincerely apologize. I was having a difficult morning. I had no idea he was a veteran. I deeply respect our military. This was blown out of proportion. I am not a racist. I have black friends. The response was nuclear. I didn't know he was a veteran. Equal, I didn't know he was important enough to respect. Name 1. Black friend. We watched you on video. She deleted it, but screenshots lived forever. Her boss called. Former boss. Richard, please. Whitman Properties has terminated your employment immediately. We're getting death threats because you couldn't control your racism for one breakfast. The line went dead. Emails arrived. HOA, board, removed immediately, vote of no confidence was unanimous. Community church, find another congregation. Your actions caused significant pain. Her church kicked her out. She tried calling her sister. Voicemail. Her daughter. Blocked. Her husband hadn't answered in 3 hours. She was alone. Completely, utterly alone. At 3 p.m., Jennifer Park from Channel 7 News sat across from Elijah Carter. The interview live-streamed. 47,000 watching. Master Sergeant Carter, the video has over 5 million views. How are you feeling? Eli was quiet. I'm tired. Not from today. From a lifetime of days like today. Can you explain? I've served 23 years. Bled for it. Lost brothers for it. Came home with scars you can see and can't. And I still walk into a diner and someone decides I don't belong because of my skin. That's the exhaustion. Why didn't you retaliate? Because that's what she wanted. People like her push until you react. Then you're the problem. You're the angry black man. You're the threat. I learned long ago, violence is easy. Discipline is harder. Choosing peace when you have every right to fight? That's real strength. What do you want people to take away? I don't want sympathy. I don't want to be a hashtag. I want people to understand. This isn't about one woman and one milkshake. This is about thousands of moments that don't get recorded. The assumptions made, the disrespect given, the humanity denied. He paused. I wore this uniform because I believed in what it stood for: freedom, equality, justice. But when I take it off, some people only see one thing. That needs to change. Do you forgive Claire Whitman? Forgiveness isn't the point. Accountability is. The clip went viral. 8 million views by sunset. 2 weeks later. The mediation room smelled like institutional carpet and uncomfortable conversations. Claire sat across from Eli, flanked by attorney and counselor. She looked diminished. Designer sunglasses gone. Sharp bob limp. 40 hours of anti-bias training. 12 apology letters. Job gone. HOA position revoked. Church membership terminated. Husband filing for separation. Daughter blocked her. This was the final requirement. Face him. Apologize directly. Ms. Whitman, the mediator prompted, you have something to say. Claire's hands shook. Master Sergeant Carter, the words caught. I can't take back what I did. Can't undo the humiliation. Can't erase the video or hurt? She looked at him. You didn't deserve it. Especially not someone who's given so much for people like me who don't appreciate it. Tears started. I was angry about things that had nothing to do with you. I saw you as an outlet, as less than human, as someone I could hurt without consequence. Her voice broke. And I'm so deeply sorry. Silence. Eli spoke. Are you sorry you got caught? Or sorry for what you did? I'm sorry for what I did. Why did you target me? Answer honestly. Claire's face crumpled. The truth came raw. Because you looked comfortable and peaceful. And I wasn't. I resented it. Resented that you seemed to belong somewhere I thought I should control. Resented that you were black and calm and I couldn't stand it. There it is. Eli nodded. That's the racism, not slurs. Not obvious hate. It's the resentment that someone who doesn't look like you could be at peace, could take up space, could belong without asking permission. He stood. I accept your apology, not because I think you've changed overnight, but because I believe in second chances. The question is, what do you do with the lesson? Claire nodded, broken, humbled. Don't waste this, Eli said quietly. Use it. Be better. Teach others better, and maybe one day you'll believe that people like me deserve the same peace you want for yourself. He walked out. For the first time, Claire Whitman understood what accountability meant. The following Saturday, 11:06 a.m., Elijah Carter returned to Maple Junction Diner. A brass plaque hung near the entrance. Maple Junction Diner stands against discrimination. All people are welcome here. Respect is required. In honor of Master Sergeant Elijah Carter, USMC. Jenna saw him first. Tears sprang. Booth 5? Booth 5. As he walked through, something extraordinary happened. One by one, every person stood. Not dramatically, just stood, in quiet respect. Mr. Collins raised his coffee mug, eyes wet. A mother with children smiled. The cook came out from the kitchen. Marcus stood with hand over his heart. They didn't applaud, didn't cheer, they just acknowledged, recognized, saw him. Eli felt his throat tighten. 23 years of service, sacrifice, choosing peace, all of it witnessed. He nodded back, then slid into booth 5. Jenna arrived with coffee. On the house, every Saturday from now on. Jenna, you don't have to. Yes, we do. You showed us what dignity looks like, what restraint looks like. What strength means. This town needed that lesson. Eli smiled, small, real. Then I'll take the coffee. The diner returned to normal, but something had shifted in Rosewood Hills. People saw each other differently, questioned assumptions, chose empathy over entitlement. Not everyone, not perfectly, but enough to matter. 3 months later, the video never stopped circulating. 50 million views, 70, 100, shown in anti-bias training, military events, classrooms, sermons. Comments poured. I show this to my son every year. This is what manhood looks like. 3 years later, and I still cry watching his restraint. My daughter wrote her college essay about choosing peace when war is justified. I was racist. I didn't think I was. This video changed me. Eli received a letter from the Marine Corps. They wanted him to speak at officer candidate school about leadership, discipline, the strength to choose peace when violence would be easier. He said yes, because Master Sergeant Elijah Carter understood something profound. True power isn't in dominating others. It's in refusing to let others diminish you. It's in standing tall when the world tries to make you small. It's in fighting for dignity, even when the fight is invisible, exhausting, never-ending. Saturday morning, booth 5, 11:06 a.m. Eli sipped black coffee and watched the parking lot. Families arriving, couples laughing, retirees with nowhere to be. He'd fought for this, for their right to live without fear, for their freedom to exist in peace. And now, finally, he got to experience it himself. The door opened. A black teenager walked in, headphones on. Jenna greeted him warmly. Sit anywhere you'd like, sweetheart. The kid chose booth 3, sat down, comfortable, unbothered, belonging. No one stared, no one assumed, no one decided he didn't deserve to be there. Eli watched, and something in his chest finally loosened. Progress. Slow, imperfect, hard-won, but progress. He didn't ask for honor that day, but honor found him anyway. And in choosing peace over violence, restraint over rage, dignity over revenge, Master Sergeant Elijah Carter taught an entire town what true strength looks like. The world watched. The world learned. And somewhere, in the diners and homes and hearts across the country, people made a choice to see each other, to respect each other, to treat every person, regardless of rank, race, or recognition, as worthy of basic human dignity. That was his legacy. Not the Navy Cross, not the medals, not the viral video, but the quiet revolution that happened when one man refused to let hate win. If you believe the truth must be told, subscribe to Golden Stories and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of justice. Thanks for watching.